Welcome to Our Region's Business with your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, Pittsburgh's Robotics Row gets a new neighbor, a company that pioneered automated vehicles in our region, plus merging MRI and radiation therapy in the fight against cancer. And as the 8 days of Hanukkah come to a close, we'll meet a Pittsburgh rabbi who's had such an impact on the world that he's the subject of a new book. But first, the company that brought automated vehicles to our region long before there was any such thing as an Uber. You've ridden one if you've flown out of Pittsburgh International Airport since the early 90s, the people mover that ferries passengers between the landside and airside terminals. Bombardier has announced plans to relocate offices from West Mifflin to Pittsburgh Strip District as it expands its presence in our region's urban core. Ron Birkelbach is a vice president and head of rail control solutions for the Americas for Bombardier. And welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, nice. Welcome back to our region. You're a boomerang Bombardier person,
yes.
right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yep. My second stint there.
Okay, very cool. Yes. Well, for folks who don't know the company that well, and it has had a lot of different names over the years since those days in the early 90s, what is it that Bombardier does exactly? Well, I know the conglomerate is enormous. They do a lot of different...
Transportation. We're one of the leaders in mobility. People movers, light rail transit, control systems. Overall, Bombardier, we have one division that actually manufactures rolling stock. And what we do in RCS is we do the brains behind the trains, so to speak. We do all the control systems that keeps safe train separation, dispatch systems, those types of things. I've done this for 30 years. It's a fascinating industry. It's really a lot of fun.
Well, and it was really a pioneering industry in the pre-Bombardier days. What Westinghouse, and then it was AdTrans and some of these other names, they were really on the cutting edge of how to automate some of these systems 25, 30 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure a lot of your viewers know that they've ridden the People Mover down in South Park back long.
Oh, long? And when it was Skybus.
The Skybus.
I was before my time, but I heard people talking about Skybus.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in '71, we put in our first airport People Mover. And anybody who's been in a lot of these worldwide airports in Frankfurt and Heathrow, DFW, Atlanta, San Francisco, or even in our own backyard here in Pittsburgh, you've ridden one of our systems.
Oh, I didn't realize they were all Bombardier systems. I've been to Frankfurt, been to London, never made that connection to Pittsburgh.
Yes,
right?
And so it's such a wonderful, wonderful technology. It's something that, when you think about it, prior to this technology, prior to these types of systems, people had to walk between terminals, right? Foot traffic. And so you're limited in what you can actually do. So when these came out in the 70s, airports were allowed to expand. You could move hundreds, thousands of people half a mile away to another terminal. Ecosystems and businesses were built up around these airports, and you have much more air traffic. And so this was such a great technology. Of course, I mean, we do more than that now within Bombardier. We do rail systems, we do other types of systems as well. But here in Pittsburgh, that was developed right here in the Pittsburgh region.
Pretty amazing. And I would think, though, when you think more broadly about Bombardier, the fact that you all have 40-some years of experience, as the whole world gets more and more autonomous about everything, that's got to be a great edge.
It is, and it's a great industry. We have two more projects this year. We have one in LAX airport. We have an extension now in Phoenix. We were awarded those two contracts this year. We're very proud of that. In addition to that, we also have some other projects. We have two large projects in New York City, two commuter lines, Metro North, Long Island Railroad. We're doing communication-based train control up in Canada, the Eglinton line. We have some nice projects down in Sao Paulo. We have a beautiful monorail. We have a commuter line, Line 5. We have a couple of commuter lines in Santiago, Chile. So we're just all over the place.
So you're all over the world, but you're also coming back into the city of Pittsburgh, where I think George Westinghouse set up his first air brake company 150 years ago.
That's right.
And you're moving into the Strip. We're
moving to the Strip. Yes, we are. Q1. Probably February, March 2019. We're really excited about it. Bombardier is it's a high-tech, it's an innovative company. A lot of the companies that are down there in Robotics Row, they're leaders in their respective industries and technology, and Bombardier is one of the leaders in mobility. And
like I would guess. So now you're down there. You think about all those other global brand names. You're now part of that community, whether it's Uber or it's Facebook,
exactly,
or Apple. I mean, they're all there in the Strip now. And
That's
now Bombardier, Bosch. I mean, you're all in that company.
We're in that area, and not only
is that going to help you attract talent, do you think?
Well, I think it will. Not only will it allow us to grow and within that particular environment, it'll be an innovative environment. We also think that we will be able to influence that environment. I think that's just as important. We're not just going to sit back and say, hey, we're one of the crowd here. We're actually one of the leaders in our respective industry, in the mobility industry, and we're very, very proud. We're really looking forward to relocating down there.
Does it make a lot of sense to do what you do here in our region?
Well, when we were looking around, we didn't have any thoughts of leaving the region. This is the RCS headquarters for the Americas, and this is where our talent base is. This is where our technology is. This is where our roots, our history is, and you know, it just made sense to stay. There's a lot of talent in the Pittsburgh area. Pittsburgh historically has been a rail city. Even when you go back to
1869,
Westinghouse, exactly,
right, yeah.
And it has that. It just has that. That talent and everything here, and we just said we're not going to leave the region. This is it.
That's terrific. It's terrific to have you here. Terrific to have you in the city as well. Ron Birkelbach from Bombardier Transportation. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Next up, from robotics to cutting-edge healthcare technology, as our region becomes one of the first in the country to merge radiation therapy and MRI technology in the fight against cancer. Please stay with us.